As much of the world knows, Charlie Kirk was killed last week. And normally, this podcast has us working through the scriptures, one book at a time. Perhaps this occasion of Charlie's death could serve as a moment when the scriptures work through us. So as we consider this person, and especially our response to this killing, let's eventually ask the good book, specifically the book we've been in, and precisely the psalm we've been in, what words do you have for us in this hour? We'll look at Psalm 34 in a minute. Now, to begin, I'd like to recall a beautiful scene in Alan Paton's Cry the Beloved Country. Now, to set this up, a man has killed another man. And surrounding that season of the trial, the father of the killer, Pastor Stephen Kumalo, meets the father of the killed, James Jarvis. But at this moment in the story, Jarvis doesn't yet know that Pastor Kumalo is the killer's father. So they find themselves at this awkward moment. From the text, so the old man, which is now Pastor Kumalo, sat down, and Jarvis said to him, not looking at him, "There's something between you and me, but I do not know what it is. You are in fear of me, but I do not know what it is." Pastor Kumalo, "I am afraid." Jarvis, "I see that you are afraid, Pastor. It is that which I do not understand. But I tell you, you need not be afraid. I shall not be angry. There will be no anger in me against you." "Then," said the old man, Pastor Kumalo, "this thing that is the heaviest thing of all my years is the heaviest thing of all your years also." Jarvis looked at him, at first bewildered, but then something came to him. "You can only mean one thing, but still I do not understand." Pastor Kumalo says, "It was my son that killed your son," said the old man. Now, for those of you who know the rest of the story, Pastor Kumalo's son is eventually killed, and both fathers are left without their sons. So this, for Erica Kirk and family, likely is the heaviest thing of all their years. For us, even if it's not the heaviest thing, it still might be a heavy thing worth our consideration. From both sides of the aisle, we're experiencing a shared pain from unique perspectives. My son is dead. Your son is dead. Our sons are dead. We ask then, what is next for us? So may I humbly suggest some wisdom from 3,000 years ago. The passage that keeps rising up in my heart for this moment in history is from Psalm 34, verse 18. "The Lord is near to the brokenhearted and saves the crushed in spirit." So look with me for just a minute at this verse. So here we find a spiritually geographic association, a proximity to those who have the right heart towards him. Brokenheartedness, smashed to pieces, shattered. His response is closeness. Closeness of the person of him to the person of you. When the heart is in this condition, broken, smashed, and shattered, he sometimes then allows somehow a more porous awareness of his presence. So what is the response of God towards the brokenhearted? God has a special response, and it is nearness. Brokenhearted, smashed to pieces, shattered, it is often there that the nearness of God is easiest to see and feel. So if you inquire to people who are carrying the heaviest thing of all their years, or if you ask them, how was your recent crisis, often their response is, I have never felt closer to God. So our son has been killed. How should I respond? Psalm 34:18. The Lord is near to the brokenhearted and saves the crushed in spirit. In fact, I think this could be the place of particular unity at this moment. For both political families, my son has been killed and I am broken-hearted. Remember, the presence of God is curiously promised to the smashed and shattered, and it is in brokenheartedness that there is a more porous awareness of the divine. So in conclusion, taking us back to the moment in Cry of the Beloved Country when Jarvis wonders, "There's something between you and me, but I do not know what it is." Well, I think I do know what is between us today, or what should be between us today, which is brokenheartedness. No matter which side of the aisle you start on, I'd argue that this is the time to meet in the aisle, of the brokenhearted, the shattered, the crushed in spirit. For it is there we may especially see the Lord's nearness. And maybe, just maybe, He'll show us the next steps forward in the way out of this mess. Now, the Lord loves to hear cries for help from His family and even from people who are not yet close to Him. The Lord is near to broken-hearted Democrats. The Lord is near to broken-hearted Republicans. Pastor Kumalo said, "This thing that is the heaviest thing of all my years is also the heaviest thing of all your years." May this be a heavy thing for all of us, for all our years. We have lost a son. My prayer is that we may all experience the nearness of God as we join together in being brokenhearted. Thanks for listening. Please come back tomorrow.